Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan, Google Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. This is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. I'm gonna do a double today because I missed yesterday. Guess what stuff today? I am going to count down my top 10 coaches, because CBS Sports run it out. And a lot of Damian Lillard drama I'm going to talk about. I'm going to tell you if I would deal Damian Lillard for blank. You know, any kind of deal. So, the Bucks took a 2-1 lead a couple days ago, and the thing with the Bucks is they're just a bigger, stronger team. You know, I think, last night or a couple nights ago just proved the Bucks are better. It's evident to me that the Bucks are just the better team. Like, there is no debating that. I think it's it's one of those situations, like where I said the Jazz were just better than the Grizzlies. Like, there was nothing they can do about it. Ja could play his heart out, it wouldn't matter. Like, Ja averaged, what did he average in the series? I think he averaged hold on, I'm checking right now. Ja averaged 30.2 points, He played very well. He had one game where he exploded, am I right? Didn't he? 47. He played his heart out. And he lost by 12 that game, I hope you know. He dropped 47 and lost by 12. But it was one of those situations where they were just better. And you know what the crazy thing is? Middleton just had one of the best fourth quarters I've seen. And people like Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, it's crazy that we're starting to look more at role players more than the star player. Like, LeBron is an outlier. Like, we look at LeBron whenever the Lakers lose. We don't look at AD or anyone else, because he's LeBron. He's in a different league. But every other star, like Giannis, we're looking at not only what he's doing, but what Middleton and Holiday are doing. And when they have a bad game, we're like, whoa. But Middleton and Holiday, Middleton's a good too. Like, he's a good shooter. Holiday, I'm gonna look at his, not Holiday, Middleton. Middleton's averaging 23 in the playoffs right now. He averaged 20 in the season. He shot 40% from 3 in the season. Oh, he almost had a 50-40-90 season. He shot 48% from the field and 90% from free throw if he rounded up. He had 89.8 from free throw. In the playoffs, he's averaging 23 a game. 40. He's not shooting as well as he did in the regular season, but he's a good 2. He's better than he's been given credit for so far. But he's a good 2. And, the Hawks kind of remind me of the Mavericks last year. Like, we saw signs of Luka. We saw Luka play very well. And we saw the Mavs win 2 games last year. But we just knew, even though we did kind of try to convince ourselves, we knew the Mavs just weren't better than the Clippers. The Hawks are a lot like the Mavs. They have a young guard that can go crazy. The problem is they need him to go crazy. I'll give you an example of last year. So when did the Mavs win? They won Game 2. Alright, they won Game 2. What were Luka's stats in Game 2? 28, 8, and 7. They won Game 2. He dropped 28, 8, and 7. And then they won Game Game 4. And Luka's stat line, 43, 17, and 13. and they won by 2. That didn't tell me, first of all, it told me how great Luka is, but it also told me how much better the Clippers were. Luka had one of the biggest triple-doubles I've seen, and they won by 2. The Hawks had a similar situation here. Trae Young had 48 points and 11 assists. Alright, and they won by 3. When he had 15 points, you know how much the Bucks won by when Trae Young had 14 points? Or no, 15, my bad. They won by 34 when Trae Young had 15. But they lost by 3 when he had 48. It just comes down to, it's not Trae Young's fault. Trae Young is a great player, great young talent. Milwaukee has better experience, better size. And one of the reasons I was high on Milwaukee going in, like I said that they would face the Lakers in the finals. One of the reasons I was high on them is because they're healthy all the time. They don't have a lot of injuries. They rarely do. And so far, they've gotten injury breaks in 2 of the 3 rounds. Young is injured right now. And the Nets lost Kyrie and Harden. You know? And so, I mean, health is helping the Bucks right now. So they're more stable, better experience, better size, more depth. The Bucks are going to win in 5 or 6. Alright, so apparently Lillard played a significant role in filling out the Team USA roster for the Olympics. Now, I throw out a lot of takes, a lot of theories. I think this is one of my better ones. Some make sense, some don't, but I think this is one of my better ones, actually. So, it says Lillard played a significant role in filling out the Olympic roster. All right, Beal and Tatum. Bradley Beal and Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum wants a 2. And yes, Jaylen Brown's great, but I think he's closer with Bradley Beal. Like, Beal and Tatum are close. And they're playing on Team USA together. In the future, I would keep my eye on, that. Maybe they could trade Jason Tatum and a couple of picks for Bradley Beal. Who's to say that's a no? I keep my eye on that in the next couple of years. I think Beal and Tatum can be playing together soon. And I'm going to give you examples. LeBron, remember this, was committed to Cleveland. LeBron loved Cleveland. And I'm sure he did when he said he did. I don't think he was lying about that. But then he joined the Redeem Team. 2.5 years later, first of all, the Redeem Team, it had Bosh and Wade on it. He developed a close relationship with the two of them, and then they formed a super team together. And then, remember a couple years ago, Kyrie loved Cleveland. KD loved Golden State. DeAndre Jordan, I don't even remember where he was, but they all played on Team USA together, and they signed together later on the same exact day. So these guys on Team USA are talking to each other. Not only about everyday stuff, but in the NBA, when they're playing on Team USA together, they are talking to potential teammates. And, the Blazers, 9 drafts, 9 free agencies. That's 18 chances to get Damian Lillard a valuable 2, and they couldn't do it. CJ McCollum's a nice player, but he's not gonna... It's been made clear he's not gonna get Dame over the hump, no matter how much he plays his heart out, Damian Lillard. The guy had a 55-point game. He averaged 34 in the first round. He scored the third most amount of points in he scored the third most amount of points in a playoff loss. So, I mean, this is like, I don't know, you gotta look at this. And I mean, Damian Lillard has to wake up here. Yeah, you're not going to win in Portland, buddy. You're not going to win in Portland, buddy. And I think he's going to leave soon. Keep your eye. Remember, LeBron loved Cleveland. Kyrie loved Cleveland. KD loved Golden State. They all left after going to Team USA with their friends. So the Suns took a 3-1 lead, although it was quickly went to 3-2. And I'll talk about I'll talk about Game 5 later today. So a lot of people complain about the call in Game 4, late out of bounds call. Guys, different crew, different officiating crews mean different calls. Like, because that's what they're complaining about. Because a couple nights before, there was a similar play that went the other way. It's a different official now. You don't go to replays here. And I pointed this out. I said, don't be too heavy on replays because it makes the NBA hard to watch. I told you. Was it Game 2? Yeah, Game 2. It took 33 minutes to finish the last 90 seconds of the game due to injury replays. So, I mean, you don't go to replays here. Like, here's your choices in that situation. You either go to an instant replay and look stupid for making the wrong call, or you do the instant replay and give it to the offensive guy. Or you just don't go for the instant replay. Because even if he gave it to the offensive guy, which I know it would have happened if he did, you know, I don't know what would have happened. He would have been criticized by the Suns fan base. Or no, the Clippers still, you know. There weren't many choices for him there. I don't mind the call. Honestly, I'm not saying it was the right call, but I don't mind it. Alright, let's get some music going here. Alright, just wait 2 seconds. And here we go. So, the Blazers hired Chauncey Billups as a head coach. And from sources, I've heard the thing about Chauncey is, first of all, he did a great job with the Clippers as the assistant coach. I've heard he's very well liked, and he's very smart. That's a lot of things that matter, you know? As a coach, one of the bigger things is you have to be well liked. And you know, you can't be a stupid coach. But being well liked by the players is huge. Remember, I remember the Mavs, or not the Mavs, the Magic 30 for 30. There was a players only meeting. They got that coach fired. And you know, you gotta be careful here. You know, you gotta make sure